It's Friday, March 31st, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From The Guardian, FDA approves overdose reversing Narcan for sale without prescription. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has given the go-ahead for an overdose reversing drug, often sold under the Narcan brand, to be sold over the counter without a prescription. This move has been in the works for a while now. I produced an episode of Let's Know Things on the subject back in January, if you're curious to learn more about the drug itself and the process of getting this regulatory approval. But in essence, this drug, if given to someone in time, can save a person's life, and regularly does exactly that. And while there are some concerns that wider availability could enable more careless drug use, most of the data suggests this will be a net benefit, helping folks who accidentally OD on opioids, an ever-increasing problem because of the risks associated with an ultra-potent opioid called fentanyl, survive the experience. From the Wall Street Journal, Exxon's climate opponents were infiltrated by massive hacking-for-hire operation. The Rockefeller Family Fund, a charity created by some of the heirs of oil baron John D. Rockefeller, which among other things, funds campaigns that target the corporate descendant of their namesake's Standard Oil company, ExxonMobil, was hacked in 2017. This is newly relevant as private emails from this hack were recently cited by Exxon as evidence that they were being unfairly targeted by this charity. This is kind of a convoluted story, but the essential narrative is that Exxon seems to have known for decades that their activities were amplifying the natural climate cycle. They concealed this because it would hurt their business, and this charity, which was founded by heirs of the company that became Exxon, has been funding efforts to make this information public. Exxon has been trying to paint this charity and their efforts as a conspiracy, and used information from emails that were part of a hacking effort in 2017 to do so. And now some people are wondering if maybe Exxon hired that hacker, though no accusations or charges have been officially filed in that direction as of yet. And from Bloomberg, Starlink rival OneWeb completes fleet to offer global internet. Satellite company OneWeb has finished launching and positioning the 616 satellites making up its initial orbital constellation, allowing it to begin providing broadband internet coverage this year. This is notable in part because SpaceX's much larger and more mature Starlink satellite internet offering has become vital for rural access in some areas, but also military operations in hotspots like Ukraine quite rapidly. Governments globally are beginning to see beamed from orbit access as a fundamental component of their larger communications grid. And China is beginning construction on its own satellite array, which will ultimately contain 13,000 satellites later this year. OneWeb went bankrupt in 2020, but has since been rescued by the UK government and an Indian telecom company, allowing it to attract renewed interest and funding following that pandemic-era collapse. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.